Hello Gemini, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with an Eight of Pentacles. Right now I feel like you're somebody who's very kind of easygoing, you know? I feel that there's a lot of, I feel like you're learning how to relax. I feel like maybe you're recovering from an injury or an illness, and maybe not really like a huge serious thing, but maybe you've just been a little under the weather, you've had a little bit of a cold or something. I feel like you're starting to feel better. You're taking care of yourself. I feel like you're eating a lot of soup, you know? You're taking care of you. You're healing, you're resting, but you're still very productive, you know? You're still doing the little things and maybe this is the perfect time, because I feel like you're focusing on a lot of these little things kind of around the house or just personal things with you know, that you've been meaning to do, but you've been so caught up in all of the hustle of life that this is kind of now an opportunity for you to slow down and just take care of you, take care of some of these small things around the house, you know, some of these personal things and that sort of thing. You're somebody with an eye for detail. This could be, well, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a painter or something like that. This could be you really just kind of like reorganizing your house a little bit, redecorating a few things here and there. Just kind of, you know, maybe you're doing the cleaning around the house, and you're just adjusting things so that they're just right, because it makes you feel good, you know. So I feel like you've had a little bit of downtime lately anyway, and I think that's very necessary for all of us. And I think you're taking excellent advantage of that downtime. Okay. And I think that you're looking for new ways to express yourself. You're looking for new outlets for your creativity. Right? It kind of feels like we're getting ready to go again. We're feeling like we're strong, we're ready, we're ambitious. We're starting to feel like we need to grow this life a little bit more, right? Maybe we're looking for the next thing to kind of focus on, or maybe we're getting a little cabin fever at home, and we're ready to, we got to get back out there, you know. Let's see what we're doing with this energy here. We're going to put this into some context. The 8. Now we got 2 8s. Yeah, we're thinking, we're maybe overthinking things, right? Your obstacle right now is to get out of the thinking and start doing. Because right now I feel like your thoughts are preventing your actions, okay? That maybe we're trying to figure out, what do I want to do from here? Maybe we're trying to redecorate the house, but we're just like, I don't really know what to do, you know? We're feeling like maybe something needs a little bit of a freshening up. Something needs maybe a renovation, maybe a complete like makeover, right? We're just not sure what we want to do or how we want to go about it. The Eight of Swords is Jupiter in Gemini. So this is, in some ways, this really could be that thinking that takes us out of the box, you know? This really expansive thinking. Now you're just brainstorm. Literally a brainstorm, right? A storm of thoughts. And let it all come out. Get out your paper or whatever you use, and just put it all down on paper. It doesn't matter how outlandish it seems. Write it all down, right? See how one thing leads to another thing, to another thing. No matter how big it gets, the bigger the better. The more ambitious, the better, right? Be as creative and as wild as you possibly can. But know that there needs to be another side of this, right? We don't want to stay in the brainstorm indefinitely. Okay, that it will become time for some action pretty soon. And we've got to get all of this out, all of these ideas, all these thoughts. Let's put them down on paper or whatever you use. And then we'll figure out what the next move is. Okay? Let's see what's under the surface here. I feel like you're somebody too, by the way, that really likes detective stories or like true crime type of things. Okay, now we're going from an 8 to a 7 of swords. The 7 of swords is closer. We're getting there. Right? Going from an 8 to a 7. Closer to the purity, the certainty, the kind of clarity that we need. I feel like you have an idea of clarity, or you will be you will be getting a good idea of what you're going to do. After this brainstorm, it kind of a few things stand out to you and say, I know what I want. There's going to be some incoming dissent, right? Either from other people. I don't know if you have roommates or a family that you live with, but I feel like there are people around you that are not really going to understand what you want to do. That they're going to criticize. They're going to have just maybe a kind of little passive aggressive, but they're going to have some opinions about it. Okay. And I think sometimes you take the opinions of others and you kind of say, yeah, maybe they've got a point. Right. And then we kind of say, well, I'll keep thinking about it. And we get back to the 8 of swords, So be ready for that. Don't let yourself be, if you feel that commitment to something, if you feel that Ace of Swords, don't let yourself be swayed by the opinions of other people. You know what they say about opinions, right? Everyone's got one. If you believe in this, if you have your mind fixed on what you want to do, how you want to rearrange your furniture or whatever, or what you want to do next with your life, or what this exciting new prospect is for you. Don't let anybody sway you. Okay? You can listen to the other opinions, but don't let those opinions become your opinions. You see? Because with the 7, I kind of feel like we maybe have a tendency to do that. We all do. Right? Especially with people that we love. And we'll see where this energy might be coming from. But when our loved ones give us opinions, sometimes we start to think, well, they must be right because, well, they're our loved ones. So they must be able to see things more objectively than I can, right? What's behind everything? Lust or strength card. This is your previous kind of robust, vital energy, right? And then I kind of feel that this is really a lot of, maybe this is, we were out here doing this, wild, wild work, and maybe this is where we kind of got sickness or an injury or something, and now we're here kind of recuperating in the 8 of Pentacles. Because this feels like really a lot of power. This feels like a lot of almost wild energy, wild creative energy. And maybe this is kind of your past self. Maybe this was back in the day. Maybe this was like a week ago. But a lot of energy, a lot of and maybe it's not even really an illness. Maybe it's the idea that there was this frenzy of creative energy, a frenzy, right? Of activity, of accomplishments, of just, really like high kind of summertime madness, And maybe now it's kind of left you a little bit depleted, a little bit tired. And now that's why there's this kind of this recuperation energy that I'm feeling, okay? And so maybe now with this, we're looking for what the next kind of passion project is going to be. Yeah. I feel like someone in your family works with food. I don't know if you work with food or if you have if there's a family restaurant, it's a family business or something, but someone in your family is really into food as a profession, right? And I don't know if they have, if they're a cook or they own a restaurant or something like that, but there's a food connection there. Let's see what's up on top of everything here. What is it that we're really aspiring to? I think in some ways it's us getting back to this, but maybe in a different form, right? Oh, Hanged Man. Interesting. And I was not expecting a hanged man up there. Because the hanged man is almost us feeling as if I can't get back to this anymore. So it brings us back to this injury or illness sort of thing. That's kind of, it's me feeling like, yeah, this was me when I was in my prime, but now I can't do those things anymore. Now I don't have that passion, that vital energy. Now, for whatever reason, I have to give up those things because it's not meant for me anymore. So this is kind of a suffering or a sacrifice that we kind of take upon ourselves, and we just feel like maybe this was you back in the day, maybe this was you last week, but the feeling that we have been depleted, that this has kind of been exhausted, and now we're just kind of assuming that it's gone forever. Now I can't do those things that I used to do because of whatever reason, right? So we're kind of looking up at this and thinking that, this is that life-changing kind of moment. That now what do I do with myself? Well, it could be literally an injury or an illness. It could be age or something like this that makes us feel as if I just cannot have this kind of vital, robust energy that I once had, even if it was just a week ago. I can understand this. I felt this way when I had my liver transplant. It's been almost 14 years now, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I felt as if, when I had woken up from the hospital and they let me go home and stuff, and I was trying to kind of recuperate and this sort of thing. It's really a time of introspection, It's a time really where we start to look at our life and think of ways that we kind of want to redo it, have that makeover, that renovation, what we were talking about here. But it kind of feels as if my life can never go back to what it was. That now I don't have the same kind of vital energy that I once did. I thought for a long time that I would never feel good again, that I would never be strong again. When I was let out of the hospital, I could barely walk. Right? I had a cane, right, for a while. I know, it's something. And I felt as if this is my life now. I'll never have that vital energy again. I'll never feel strong or passionate or creative or enthusiastic about anything, And so I can see that this is something that lingers, and it feels as if this is the way of life now. Well, for this card, I think we should do an empowerment oracle card. Because I don't feel like this is necessarily the case. These two cards are very, very different, see? But just because maybe it's true, maybe we can't go back to this exactly. But it doesn't mean that this is the only other option, you see. So we're going to do one of these empowerment oracle cards, and we have the Celestial Lighthouse. I am guided. The benevolent force that holds the universe holds me. Like a lighthouse on a hill, my guide beckons with their celestial light. I am accompanied on my journey by love, wisdom, and power. I am never alone. I love that. I love that. That is beautiful. Right? So we're being guided. Right? We're being guided. And I think that this might be us looking at life from a different angle. Okay, the hanged man. Yeah, maybe we can't go back to how things were before. Maybe this was something that, that's for young people, right? It doesn't mean that things can't still be as vibrant, as vital, as strong and active and creative as this was, but it's going to look different. Okay, we're different. It's going to be different. So we might have to look at this not as a losing situation that we have lost something, but as a way for us to then transcend. Right? We're moving beyond this. Okay? And maybe we do have some sort of limitations now, whether it's just a physical thing or if it's our age or, if there is some sort of injury or something, whatever it might be. whatever it might be. We can accept the limitations that obviously we can't change, right? But then we can transcend those limitations. We can learn somehow to almost use them as advantages, right? Because now they're forcing us to look at things in new and innovative ways. I can't do exactly what I was doing before. Now I'm forced to be creative in the way I think about things. Now I'm forced to find a new way to do similar things, right? So we've got the Hanged Man now. We've turned him upside down. What's in the future position? Two of Cups. Oh yeah, love. That is the union. That is us finding something that we are attaching ourselves to that does give us this again. Okay? Between the Two of Cups, this is the union of two people or two things, you and an idea, you and yourself, you and the universe, you and a friend, right? You and a romantic partner, you and your guide, right? You and your ambition, you and whatever the object of your deep soul desire is. This is the union. This is the union between the two. Okay? So you can still have everything that you want in life. We just got to go about it a different way. Right? For whatever reason. I don't know what your situation is. I feel like you have an interest in trains. Is that right? I'm seeing like either model trains or literally like train transportation. Right? That you like to ride. I feel like they're almost like historical trains or something. Or I don't know what that is, but traveling by train, I think, is something you enjoy. Anyway, we can still have every opportunity, every possibility for this kind of union. It's going to take a different way of thinking, a different way of looking at things. Okay? So we may have been thinking that this was over. This was something in the past. I had this kind of passion, this kind of creative power and ambition and everything in the past. But now, nope, not anymore. Well, the universe has something different in mind. You can have everything that you desire. You can have all of this love, this union. It's just going to take a little bit more kind of creative energy, right, to get there. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor, infinite, and unknown. We're just going to set it down over here. We're going to put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us our confirmation. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's totally free, and it really supports the channel, and I appreciate that. Okay, let's look at your general energy now on the path of the Serpent. We've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant, in a way, represents those limitations, right? Or the idea that the limitations really do limit us. Okay. It is. This is something I think that we've got to both accept and we transcend. Okay, this is your general energy. This is you in the sense of learning new ways to do new things, right? And it goes really to the eights, the Eight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and even the Seven of Swords. That we're trying to discover really what we want, but more than that, the acknowledgement and the realization that I still can go after what I want, that there is nothing holding me back. We might have physical limitations, we might have financial limitations or whatever. We might have an injury or an illness, whatever exactly it is. This isn't a medical reading. I don't know your situation. But it does limit us, but at the same time, it does not. Because again, it opens up new pathways. It opens up new possibilities. It forces us to think differently. It forces us to learn kind of new ways of doing things that again, things that we love, things that will give us that passion and that vital energy and that enthusiasm and that creativity. So I think you're someone who, it almost feels as if we reach a certain point in life, and this is all I am. This is who I am. You know, it's like our soul kind of congeals, and it just gets locked in place. And it's like once you reach a certain age, that's it. You stop growing, you stop learning, you stop. That's who you are, right? Kind of get locked in time. To me, it represents like or it reminds me at least of the Interview with the Vampire. My wife and I just watched that, the TV show version of it. Really excellent TV show. They would turn somebody and they would be a certain age and they're just locked in at that age. Their hair won't grow, their body won't grow. That's it, right? But they're still able to learn new languages, and so it's I don't know how logical it is really, but it's a similar idea. It's almost as if we're locked in place, and I can never do anything more than what I've already done. I can never become more than I am already. I can never learn anything new, or this is just, I'm like locked into this, right? God forbid. It's not like that, you know. So we have to keep exercising our souls, exercising our minds, our hearts, our bodies, within your realm of capacity and stuff. But we've got to try to break beyond those limitations, okay? And this is kind of like, I don't know, and I guess in culture and society, we're kind of told like, okay, you're a certain age, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Once you reach a certain age, the other stuff is not for you anymore, right? I think this is something that you are observing in your life, and you're moving past that. Now, I don't know how old you are, but I feel like this is you understanding that some limitations are real, physical limitations, that sort of thing. Other limitations are imposed on us either by others or by our own thoughts and beliefs and that sort of thing. Okay, let's see what's going on in your environment. With this realization, how's it affecting things? Well, you got that Ace of Swords. You're defying it. You're a bit of a rebel, Gemini. You really are. You have an older female energy that has passed in your life. I don't know, is it mom or grandma? I feel like there's an older female energy here. Older female energy, and getting an S name. I don't know who that person is, but they're coming through. Their energy's coming through. And I feel like they were very important to you, very close. Yeah, and I feel like they were very supportive of you. Right? I feel like they've transitioned into spirit, but they're still with you. Maybe that's your guide. Maybe they are an inspiration. When you think of them, I feel like you feel inspired. I feel like they kind of transcended a lot of limitations in their own life as well. They transcended a lot of these kind of artificial boundaries, of life. And I feel that's really inspirational to you, I feel like there was something about the way they dressed. They were kind of a flashy dresser or something, or they had a particular style in the way they, either with their accessories or a hat or something or a jacket, something kind of unique about the way they dressed. Yeah. They feel like they really did push the boundaries of kind of the standards of life. And I feel that's very inspirational. They had a sensitive digestion, though, I'm feeling. Anyway, the Ace of Swords is your commitment to the idea, your commitment to that light. And we see that this empowerment card also is talking about the lighthouse, the celestial lighthouse, right? Your guide, your spirit energy, being as a beacon, as a guide to kind of light your way. And that's kind of what this card is too. This is the card of your kind of mental clarity. You're receiving that divine guidance, that celestial light is coming in. And it's convincing you. And that really is the central sword on the Seven of Swords here. But now you've risen above all of the negative opinions, all of your own doubts and negative thoughts. See, we take the Seven of Swords, and that central sword rises up above, and it's no longer there. It's kind of like we turn the volume down on all the naysayers. Can't even hear those opinions anymore. This is your conviction. This is you saying, I know what I want to do, and I'm not letting anybody tell me any differently. You know, you understand that there are limitations, and kind of on this material plane, there are laws and rules and limitations and stuff, and that's fine. But you're still going after that love, that joy, that beauty, that pleasure, that connection, that union that you feel is right for you. Now, this could be a soulmate. This could be a romantic relationship. This could be you pursuing some kind of new hobby or new activity. Maybe you're going to go skydiving for the first time, right? Whatever this is your conviction that you will do it. Yeah. And so in a lot of ways, we've stopped listening to the people in the environment. No matter what they say to you with the Seven of Swords here, it's not swaying you. And I find that to be very, very encouraging. Okay, let's see what the obstacle is, if there is one. It's, well, the Art or Temperance card. The card that you don't want, and I think in this case it's very literal, moderation. You don't want the mediocre. You don't want the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you've had this downtime, and I think it's very good for you because it's giving you an opportunity to see where you might need to kind of renovate your life in a way, or your consciousness. But you don't want that kind of life that is devoid of the passion, the lust, the strength, that courage and bravery, that vital energy, that robustness, the zest of life here. In the Temperance card, it's kind of like we're just going this very modest path forward, and there's no really intense anything. It's just very medium. You're not a medium person. If you eat a steak, just saying as an example, if you eat a steak, it's either raw or it's burnt to a crisp. There's no medium for you. You like things kind of one extreme or the other. It doesn't mean that you don't know how to relax. I think you're maybe right now, it's kind of almost an imposed, relaxation. I feel there's some sort of recovery thing kind of going on, right? So sometimes you have to be kind of told to, hey, you've got to, you got to take a break and relax and restore your energy. Allow yourself to recover from your activities. But you want a life that is full of these peak experiences, not a life that's just kind of flat and dull, right? So that's the Temperance card right here in the middle. Yeah. I'm getting the impression that you are a bit of a skeptic too, that you don't really believe in tarot or like magic or divination and things like that. I feel like you're somebody who wants to go and experience these things for yourself. You're not someone that wants to live vicariously through anything else, and especially if there were a psychic or a tarot reader or something like this that told you something, you take it with a grain of salt until you go out there and you witness it, you experience it for yourself. It's like you have to go and kind of validate the energy that is there, so that because you need to feel it. And I think when you feel it viscerally, right, that's when you're convinced, but not before that. Yeah. Let's see what the final outcome card is here. Wheel of Fortune. Talking about destiny and being guided, right? If you're we have the celestial lighthouse, and then of course we have the Wheel of Fortune. I like to think of this as spirit is steering the ship, right? You think you're steering the ship, but spirit is steering you. And this lighthouse, I think, is also spirit, and it is It's kind of showing you exactly which direction to go. It's showing you what is possible out there for you. And this is a life that has a lot more life in it. This is all expansive. It's that Jupiter energy that just expands, expands, expands. There's more, 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 more. There's no limitation. This is not just a round wheel. This is an infinite circle. Okay? This is your sphere of influence that's not fixed and locked in time. It's expanding out. There is always more for you to do and experience and love and feel. Right? There's always more. And I think that this really solidifies things. And even with the, we start off with the Eight of Swords. This is kind of a prison. This is us locked inside our own mind. This is maybe us kind of overthinking things and really the analysis of life that makes us feel as if we're kind of locked in this mental limitation. Well, the outcome of this is your quest, is to get out of this mental blockage, the mental limitations. You're succeeding through the power of your own divine energy and your spiritual guides, your ancestors, your spiritual energy, God, Goddess, deity, whatever you believe in. You're succeeding at the quest to get out of here and expand your mind, expand your life, expand this realm of possibilities, and go after those things that you fall in love with. And maybe that's really what it is, falling in love. This is the best, that is the best kind of outcome card that we can get. Lucky numbers for you, for sure, I think 11, 10, 12 is a lucky number for you. 5 is a very lucky number for you. Let's take a look at the mystery card. Yeah. All right. I think I want to see an expansion of the water energy. I want to see the water becoming, joy and pleasure and all. A 3 of cups, even a 5 of cups, but a 6, a 9, or a 10 of cups would be absolutely beautiful right now. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. The King of Wands. It's that fixed fire energy. So it's kind of taking us back to this. This is that fixed fire energy, right? This is the card that represents the sign of Leo. Well, the King of Wands also represents the sign of Leo. It's that fixed fire energy, right? Same thing. But this is it now in practice. Well, it looks different, for one thing, which is what we've been talking about. But this is you having this again, being fixed, being immersed, being locked in to this kind of robust, fiery energy. There's no law, there's no cosmic law that says you get to a certain place in life and you can no longer experience this kind of passion or creativity. It's this ambition, and I don't care how old we get. That fire inside does not have to dim, right? That no matter how, what happens to us physically, in some ways it's gonna limit or alter the way we express this inner fire. But this inner fire does not go away. It may be locked up inside our mind, right? But we can always grow and expand. We just have to find new creative ways to do it sometimes, And I would rather my physical form kind of burn out before my creative fire burns out. So this is the perfect confirmation. Absolutely amazing. Now we're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Gemini every Monday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.